Good afternoon and welcome to the Motorpoint Arena in Nottingham. It's the playoff fourth game between Belfast Giants and the Sheffield Steelers. Well, good afternoon from wherever you're watching in the world. I'm John O'Bullard and I'm delighted to say joining me on commentary for this first period is Steelers forward Mark-Olivier Vallerand. Good afternoon, Mark.
Good afternoon to everyone.
Great to have you up here with us. I'm sure you'd rather be down there on the ice, but what are you expecting from this game?
Just, I hope the guys are going to have fun. It's the last one of the season, so I hope everyone finds their fun in this game. It's a tough one to be part of after all the emotions that go down after the loss yesterday.
And of course, is there a bit more of a relaxed atmosphere within this game, considering the intensity of both the semi-finals yesterday? Is this just about having a little bit of fun before the end of the season? I
think so. I think it's a lot more relaxed today than it is yesterday or for the final later on. And yeah, just for the guys to have fun and for the fans to enjoy a good hockey game.
Yeah, there's a very good crowd within the Motorpoint Arena as we take a look at the rosters, and starting with the Sheffield Steelers, Curtis Warburton gets the starting net with Marco Di Filippo backing him up. Mark, obviously, is a change from yesterday with Reece Kelly coming in. Steelers going with 8 defensemen, which is an interesting lineup from Aaron Fox.
Yeah, well, I think some guys needed rest and some guys were playing through nibbles, so just trying to give the opportunity to everyone to play another game.
Looking at the Belfast Giants roster there, Andrew Dixon gets a start and he'll be backed up by Jackson Whistle. Changes from yesterday, Ben Lake and Gabe Bass miss out and they'll be replaced by Zach Galambos and Kyle Osterberg. But 2 strong lineups going into this game.
Yeah, it's still two very good teams. Not a lot of guys are out and meant to be a good hockey game.
So the Giants are just coming out onto the ice. They will be the home team this afternoon. And we await the introduction of the Sheffield Steelers. Officials already out there as well. And Mark, I understand you're carrying a little bit of a niggle and that's why you're not playing today.
Yeah, I've been carrying a little injury for the past few weeks. Obviously tried to give everything that I had yesterday, trying to play again tomorrow, but with this game having not a lot of meaning, we decided it's better if I kind of rest this little injury with everything I've been going through in the past few weeks.
And it seems to be the story for many hockey teams, not just the Steelers, but everyone within the league, that there's a lot of players out there playing through little knocks, but just the thought of missing out on the playoffs, it just doesn't bear thinking about, really, does it?
No, exactly. I mean, the playoffs, it's what it's all about at this stage of the season. After you've been missing out on the league's title, so everybody's going to try to play through whatever they're struggling.
Well, the Steelers coming out onto the ice. Their massed ranks just below us. Really good turnout from the Steelers fans this weekend, as there has been from all fan bases. I mean, Mark, what's it like to play in front of not only a full arena, but an arena that has representation from all teams within the league?
I mean, for a Sheffield Steelers point of view, it's not much different than when we come here and play Nottingham. I think we could hear it last night. It was basically the Steelers against everyone, so it's not much of a difference. Apart that we have maybe two, 3 more blocks than the usual.
Teams going to the blue line. We're very close to face-off. Steelers fans in good voice. Belfast Giants fans start to respond as we look at the starting 6. Curtis Warburton in net for the Steelers, Dominic Cormier and Colton Saucerman in defence with Daniel Ciampini, Sam Tremblay and Daniel Levins as their forward line. For the Belfast Giants, Andrew Dixon starts in goal with Jeff Barman, Josh Roach as the defensive partnership. Jordan Kawaguchi, Grant Mismash and Bobo Carpenter start as the forward line. Our officials for tonight, Tom Perring and James Iron have the armbands, and Lee Young and Ilya Kissel are our linesmen. So, no anthem, looks like we're going to get straight underway. Flag bearers leave the ice, and we're almost ready for the start of this one. And Marco, I guess you're not expecting too much of a intense pace in this one.
No, I don't think so. I think, like I said, the emotions were pretty high yesterday. And it's a bit of the hungover game, not because of any sort of partying last night, but just because the hangover of losing such a big moment in this season.
I will talk a little about the game last night. I know you probably don't want to, but such an intense game. Did you think when the Steelers equalised pretty much within a minute of Panthers taking the lead, you was going to take that momentum and maybe take the game?
That's what you hope so, especially like you said, hockey's a big game of momentum, and scoring that last goal was massive. The emotions were high on the bench. So yeah, definitely had a positive vibe going into overtime.
All right, Brendan, the Giants scored straight away. Bobo Carpenter takes the pass and puts it in at the back post. Just 9 seconds. And Bobo Carpenter gives Belfast Giants the lead. What a start. Really, really good finish by Bobo Carpenter. Even-handed goal. And it's a quick start in this one, Mark.
Yeah, very quick, 9 seconds in.
Really good pass across. And Bobo Carpenter right on the back door to put it past Curtis Warburton. So Bobo Carpenter. And Josh Roach with the assist. Great pass across. And it's there again, and it's a 2 within 26 seconds. What a start by the Giants. It was the pass across from Kawaguchi, and Bobo Carpenter has another.
Almost feels like a replay from the first goal.
It isn't, almost a carbon copy. Bobo Carpenter again at the back door. It was Kawaguchi with the assist this time. And this is a lightning start from the Belfast Giants. So 2-0 the Giants lead. Watling puts it deep as Steelers gain the Giant zone. Here's Brandon Whistle. Uses it to Scott Conway. Now Mike Lee coming forward, lightly chips it in. Curtis Warburton just lets that go past his net, and it comes round the boards. Watling again. Into the zone, looking for Whistle. Mitchell Baumus will get onto it. Hansen gets it out, but Vigneault puts it back in. Watling around the boards, looking for Baumus. It's cut out, but Baumus wins the puck back, looking to put it back to point, but it's the Giants who come away with it with Pickenich. Drops it back to Hansen. Now Conway right back out in front, and it's there again. Good pad save by Curtis Warburton. And now a chance for the Steelers to break. Here's Mitchell Baumus. It's poked away from him by JJ Pickenich. Cameron Pound puts it into the zone around, looking for Pierre-Olivier Morin. Comes back, now a chance for Steelers to come forward again. It's Kevin Tansey. Comes back now with the Steelers captain Robert Dowd. He goes back. Tansey again. All the way around, and Usula has it. Goes looking for Dowd. He's got Tansey in front of the net. Dowd goes back around the boards. Saucerman fires in, and it's the first save for Andrew Dixon and the first shot on goal for the Sheffield Steelers. Marco, Colton Saucerman, big presence back there for the Steelers.
Yeah, he's been very good this year. He's made a name for himself over the past 2 seasons.
Also, probably the best beard in the Elite League, without a doubt.
Coming close to Kevin Tansey.
Yeah, I guess Kevin Tansey and Colton Saucerman. I think the Steelers certainly have cornered the market in beards for this Elite League season. Here's Kieran Long behind the net, looks to feed it back out front, but it's that man Saucerman there again. Can't quite get it clear as Giants pick up the puck. It's with Long behind the net on the feed from Jeff Baum. That's fed against Cormier though, and Cormier looks to bring it out of the zone and does. Here's Ulrich. Ulrich playing it in, and Jeff Baum just getting it away as Giants come through the neutral zone again. Josh Roach. Back to point from Mike Lee. Kieran Long with the shot. That's the side of the net. Now Goodwin. It's off Saucerman's stick. Doesn't quite hit the netting, so play continues. Mark Cooper, the Giants captain. Now Mike Lee. To Cooper. Cooper taking the shot just over. Lee again. Now Goodwin. Well won by Saucerman. Steelers look to break out the zone. Reese Kelly puts it ahead, but it's with Mike Lee. And Mark, this is a game where we will see very few whistles.
Yeah, I think the guys want to play a high skill game today.
Ciampini into the zone. Goes across looking for Diffley. Lee with the backhand pass. Giants bring it out of the zone. No icing as Kawaguchi picks it up. Drops it back to Carpenter. Carpenter with 2 already, but won't get a chance of the hat-trick here as Steelers bring it away. There's Kawaguchi behind his own net. Plays the cross-ice pass. Nice spike. Carpenter as he takes the shot just wide. Steelers bring it out. Playing Diffley into the zone. Just leaves it for Levins, and then Levins puts it around. Diffley puts it back again. Watling plays it deep, but this only finds Cameron Pound. Now Hanson for the Giants. Into the centre. Pikanich just keeping hold of the puck. And like you say, Mark, it's just a chance for these guys to just get a feel of the puck and skate with it for a bit.
Yeah.
As Steelers come away. Baumas, he's got a man clear in the centre. Here's the opportunity. Great save, Dixon. Watling right in front, still there for the Steelers. Watling has it again. Watling right back out in front. This time he finds the net. And the Steelers are on the board. Patrick Watling. Good finish.
Yeah, great pass by Whistle there.
Yeah, Brandon Whistle in the corner. Gets it back out in front. Patrick Watling with his second opportunity within seconds, and he makes no mistake with that one. We've only been playing 5 minutes and 35 seconds. We've already had 3 goals. This one for the Sheffield Steelers. It's Patrick Watling from Brandon Whistle. Banio. Tansey. Steelers coming again. Shot comes in, it's just wide. Guimond it was. Barriga has it poked away from him by Banio. Tansey there, but Barriga wins it back. Played off for Pierre-Olivier Marin. It comes back to Galambos at point. And Marin. Pass finds no one. It's a chase back. Usula there. Usula's going to get it. He's got Tansy with him. Usula does well. Tansy. Now Saucerman. Fires in, looking for the tip. Dixon makes a save. Now Glambos. Left-hand side, Saucerman will go back to pick it up. It's well cut out by Goodwin. Now Cole Shudra. Cole Shudra, a good example of the depth that's available within the Steelers squad.
Yeah, he's come in very handy on the fourth line. He's a good player. Could take on a bigger role if he had the opportunity.
Because he's one of those great players, isn't he, who has the ability to play both forward and defence, and they can be invaluable throughout the season.
Yeah. Plays well offensively and defensively. Even if he's a forward or a defenseman, plays on both sides of the ice very well.
He's Kieran Long, but he puts that all the way back. It's Finley Ulrich. He's another player who's really took his opportunity well after being promoted from the Steel Dogs.
Yeah, he's also been very good, adding a lot of depth to our team, and when called upon, he's done very well.
How important is that partnership with the Sheffield Steel Dogs in the National League? Because it does have the potential to provide that extra depth.
Yeah, and the opportunity for players to develop themselves too. If you look like guys like Finn, he has the opportunity to go play there and have some more ice time and more of a leadership and an offensive role, so he can develop that and still come to the Steelers and play some minutes with us.
Another player who I've noticed from there, Ivan Bjorklund-Nordstrom, he's come and played a few games for the Steelers and done very well, taking his form that he's had in the National League and brought it over to the Elite League when he's been given the opportunity.
Yeah, he's a player I enjoy watching in practice. He's got a very good skill set, and he's got a lot of talent that he could be used in the next few years.
Here come Giants on 2-on-1. Kawaguchi finds the top corner, 3-1 Giants. It's Kawaguchi with a goal and an assist. Not much in the way of celebration, just getting on with it.
Yeah. Straight back to the face-off.
8:58. It's Jordan Kawaguchi with the goal that restores the Giants' 2-goal advantage. Giants coming again. There's Mike Lee. Conway, good save, Warburton. And Curtis Warburton, he's another one in a long line of British Steelers netminders. You know, another one who, when he gets his opportunity, he seems to take it very well. I remember the Elite Series here in 2021 where he played a lot of games there and really did a good job for the Steelers.
Yeah, he's another good example of that partnership with the Steel Dogs. He gets to play some games with the Steel Dogs, and that helps him bring his potential to the Steelers.
Here's Patrick Watley. Mitchell Baumas just runs off his stick. Mike Lee is there. Mike Lee has it taken off him by Baumas, and now whistle gets it to Watley. Watley looking to get it across, just gets caught on the boards, and Giants flip it out of the zone. Here's Saucerman. Cormier. Whistle looking to drop it back, just finds a Giants player, and now the Giants can break 3 out on 2. It's Osterberg, chips it to Conway. Conway at an angle. Comes around to Watling. Watling just drops it off. Cormier. Watling in the corner. Gets it back to Sourceman. Oh, Whistle! Oh, what a goal! What a goal by Brandon Whistle through the legs and into the corner, and that was pretty special for a third-fourth game.
That's exactly what you're kind of looking for in these games. Some nice goals, some highlights reel, and what a play by Whistle.
Wow, what a goal. The skill needed to pull that off. Straight through the legs. Absolutely fantastic by Brandon Whistle.
That's nice.
Okay. Could you manage that one, Mark?
I don't even know if I can do that.
That is. Wow, a special moment in this third-fourth game. Brandon Whistle with a quite superb goal.
Fantastic hands on Whistle.
Really is, and it takes a special amount of skill to be able to pull that off. Not only having the hands, but to keep the balance and put it through the legs and actually find the net and put it on target. Just a great deal of skill needed.
Yeah, and he's got tons of them. If there's one player on the Steelers that's a bit underrated, is probably him. He's a lot of skills on Brandon. Show there. You can see there, I mean, what he can do.
He's down looking back post for Usula. Giants bring it away. Moran into the zone. Looks for Barriga behind the net, but that's cut out well by Sourceman. Now Cormier. Steelers coming again. Tanzi, and just took a deflection, went into the netting, and we get the whistle. 8:15 left in this first period. Giants lead 3-2. But I think the obvious highlight of this period is that goal by Brandon Whistle.
So far, it's gonna be hard to beat though.
Yeah, I think it'll take something pretty special to beat that. But you never know. You never know with this game.
Maybe see a Michigan.
Now that would be something. I suppose Quarters Warburton going coast to coast and putting it top shelf is.
I don't think they're allowed to cross the red line, though, so that's the only problem. But if you put it top shelf from the red line, I'd be quite impressed.
Here's David Goodwin. Gets to the cross, but that's cut out by Reece Kelly. Oh, lovely chip pass. Oh, Shudra, has he got it? Oh, what a save! What a save by Andrew Dixon. Shudra looked like he just had to put it into an empty net. But Andrew Dixon makes a spectacular save. Great stick work by Cole Shudra. Wow. And that's being shown on the big screen here, and that just gets a huge round of applause from everyone in attendance. Well,
that comes in close with the whistle.
It does, doesn't it? Great net minding by Andrew Dixon. Here's Finley Ulrich. Giants clear it out, but only as far as Diffley. Ulrich again goes over to the left wing, played in, but it's cut out by Kawaguchi. Mismatch, Pound, shot, good pad save. Warburton was screened there as that one came through. Here's Ulrich, plays it down the middle, looking for Shudra. Shudra gives it to Kelly. Kelly into the zone. Steelers just changing their personnel. Kelly puts it into the corner. It's picked up by Kawaguchi. Hudson picks it up for the Giants. It's cleared out the zone. Steelers go for the change. Here's Vainio. Put down to Tremblay. That's cut out. I'm just hearing in my ear that the score shouldn't matter. It should go down to a public vote on style points. I think with what we've had in this game so far, that's not a bad shout. Here's Vainio. Play back door. Oh, brilliant passing, and the Steelers are level. Ciampini over to Tremblay, and Tremblay finds the net, and we're all square at 14 minutes and 5 seconds.
Great highlight, another one. Great tic-tac-toe play.
Lovely passing. Sam Tremblay gets his name on the score sheet, but it was all started by Vainio. Lovely pass to Ciampini, who played a great pass across, and Tremblay had the easiest job just to put it into the net. So we've had 6 goals already. 5 minutes and 34 seconds to play in this first period. Here's Ciampini. Shot from the angle, good save again by Dixon. Boudre comes the other way, gets it, looking for Barriga. Played off the boards. Mike Lee picks it up. Saucerman's going to go back for this one. Saucerman again. Here's Baumas. Plays it back for Cormier. Steelers into the zone once again. Brandon Whistle. Saucerman will take the shot, and it's right there, and the Steelers are in the lead. And it's Daniel Ciampini who puts the Steelers ahead. Coach Saucerman had a lot of space there. Of course, the save from Dixon. Sorry, it's not Ciampini, it's Mitchell Baumas reading that too.
Yeah.
Good finish by Mitchell Baumas. After the initial shot by Colton Saucerman, the Steelers lead. Here's Goodwin. There's a really good atmosphere within the Motor Points Arena. Steelers come again. Baumas with the no-look backhand, looking to get it across. It's cut out by the Giants. Cooper, one-time shot wide. Hansen. Goodwin. Behind the net, has Cooper free, uses him. Goes back to Goodwin. Giants just can't quite work it out in front at the minute. They may do now as Kieran Long has it. Long looking to take on Whistle, but hits his skates. This doesn't clear, and the Giants can come again. Here's Cooper. Well taken away by Mitchell Baumas, and the chance for the Steelers to break as Whistle brings it into the zone, drops it back for Baumas. Oh, the pass to Whistle at the back door, just beyond his stick. Comes back out in front again, looking for Baumas, but it's cut out by Kieran Long, and he comes the other way. Long keeps hold of it. Point pass doesn't find its mark, comes all the way back to Andrew Dixon. Final 3 minutes of the first period. Steelers with a 4-3 lead after going 2 down after just 26 seconds. Now a chance maybe for Steelers to break. It's Rico Usula. Usula into the zone. Into the corner. Plays it to Diffley. Hutala. Looks to go between two. Kawaguchi gets it for the Giants though, and Giants can come away, and it's Carpenter. Carpenter free. He's looking for the hat-trick. Oh, great defense. Robert Dowd, the captain. Great back checking. How special a player is Robert Down?
When you think he's stopped impressing you, he just does more. The amount of records he's broken since I've been here, it's been such a pleasure to watch him accomplish all these fantastic things. He's such a great person and a great captain, just a lovely human being.
Yeah, a great guy. If I remember rightly, you played together in Italy, didn't you, during COVID?
During COVID, yeah. We started the season there. I signed with this team that I've played for in my first year in Europe, and we were looking to bring someone else. So obviously, one of my first calls was Robert, knowing the IHL wouldn't be going for a long period of time until they had this tournament.
I remember speaking to him for an interview while he was in Italy, and he sort of had a beautiful house in the mountains, and he said how much he loved it there, and I think his wife and children came to join him, and he just said how good it was, and
we had such a great time. It was fantastic. The living situation was unbelievable. Everything outside the arena was fantastic. Like you said, the housing, the mountains. It's a bit too bad that COVID was ongoing. We couldn't be playing many games every time. We were able to play a game. Next thing you know, the next couple of weeks we'd have to quarantine again. So
yeah.
But we live basically in the same building, in the same almost the same apartment. So it was just a great time being around him and getting to know him on another level than just hockey.
Yeah. We're into the final minute of this first period. It's the Steelers with the 1-goal advantage, but here come the Giants looking to try and level it before the buzzer. The Steelers who have possession once again. Played out for Reese Kelly. Kelly. Here's Ulrich. Last 10 seconds, can Steelers get another shot off? It's with Shudra. Needs to come back out in front. It's poked away. Shoot comes the cry from the crowd, but the buzzer is going to beat them. And after 20 minutes of good, skillful hockey, I think it's fair to say, with some very special moments, it's the Sheffield Steelers who lead 4-3.
Yeah, it's been an interesting period, a lot of skills on display. Yeah, it's been fun to watch.
Yeah, I think the highlight will obviously be that Brandon Whistle goal, but the save by Andrew Dixon from Cole Shudra also pretty special.
Yeah, we got a top one and top two, and I think it's looking forward if anyone can beat that, but it's gonna be hard to beat.
It will be hard to beat. So there's the stats from the first period. Steelers shading it on shots on goal, 12-10. Giants ahead on face-offs, but the most important stat right at the top is the Belfast Giants 3, the Sheffield Steelers 4 after 20 minutes of play. Here's the goal summary. It was a very fast start by the Giants. After 26 seconds, they were 2 up with both goals from Bobo Carpenter. Watling getting the Steelers on the board at 5:35. Jordan Kawaguchi putting the Giants 3-1 ahead at 8:58. A very special goal from Brandon Whistle at 10:41. And then Sam Tremblay and Mitchell Baumas completing the scoring for the Steelers. This gives them the 1-goal advantage, and we'll see highlights from this first period. A very quick start by the Giants. Pass across, back door. Can't really miss.
No, 9 seconds in. And back-to-back goals that are very similar. Pass across on the off wing and an off one-timer, as we call it. And Carpenter scores twice, basically on his exact same kind of play.
Yeah. Here we go again. That's the second one. And like you say, almost a carbon copy of that first goal.
And very, very quick back-to-back.
Smash gets it across Kawaguchi, across the back door, and Carpenter right there to put it away again. this angle.
Not much to do for the goalie there, east-west. And across again.
Those side to sides, so difficult for the netliners. There was a really good pad save from Curtis Warburton there, though. And the thing is, after being beaten twice so early on, that will have got his confidence up.
Yeah. It's I think it's going to be a hard game for the goalies to build their confidence.
Saved by Andrew Dixon, this time from Mitchell Balmas. Nice down with the pad, but this was Steelers' first goal. Patrick Watling crashing the net and putting it past Dixon, and that was Steelers on the board at 5 minutes and 35 seconds. It's the sort of thing Patrick Watling does.
Nice little give and go. Whistle threads the needle to put the puck where only Watts can put a stick on it.
Really good finish by Watling. But a great pass from Brandon Whistle in the corner. It was 3-1 Belfast as Jordan Kawaguchi skated in, beat Warburton. Top corner. Good use of the foil there.
Great shot, top corner. Not much you can do as a goalie with that kind of shot.
You could have slipped it across to Carpenter, and really good, accurate shot into the top corner. Now what about this? Brandon Whistle drags it back through his legs and just puts it past Dixon through the 5-hole.
Call it now, it's the highlight of the game.
Absolutely. It will take, well, you already said it will take something very, very special to beat that. And I think unless we get a Michigan or something.
I wouldn't be surprised to see it.
Well, no, not at all.
To execute it and find the back of the net, it's going to be, like we said, it's going to take something special.
But Andrew Dixon pulling off what will surely be the save of the game from Cole Shudra. Great stick work by Shudra to create the space for himself, but then a very, very good save from Andrew Dixon.
Top two. Top two after Whistle's goals, but yeah, like you said, it's great. It's actually a great move from Cole to put it back on his backhand here and be very patient. But maybe he needed to be patient half a second more.
Well, this was the equaliser. Great passing. Mainly out to Ciampini, across to Sam Tremblay. Sam Tremblay can't miss.
Great layers, great passing. Good finish.
Is that what you would call a practice goal, that's a sort of thing that's executed in practice?
Yeah, sort of. Everybody fills the lanes. You can see the good offensive triangle with someone in the middle as a decoy, and just a backdoor tap in. It's pretty much textbook on the zone entry with the middle lane drive and the offensive triangle.
And this was Steelers in the lead. Colton Sauceman playing in, and Mitchell Balmas right on the spot to take it around Andrew Dixon. Find the net, and that is the Steelers ahead 4-3. Watch this one again. Again, great stick work by Mitchell Balmas.
Finds himself with some space in front of the net and just beats Dixon with quick stick work.
Good heads-up play from Colton Sauceman as well, because he could have taken the shot but decided to play the pass. Well, that's it for the first period. Mark, I want to thank you very much for joining us for this first period commentary. It's been a pleasure to have you.
Thanks for having me, and I hope this game keeps on surprising us with some real good highlights.
Well, Mark, appreciate your time. Thank you very much. Stay with us. We'll be back with the second period when Tom Cassetti from the Belfast Giants will be joining me. Stay tuned for that. But go and have a cup of tea, and we'll be back very shortly.
The Belfast Giants looking to complete the treble, but looking for revenge from the Challenge Cup final. It's the Cardiff Devils. Back to Lee. Activates from the point. Lee trying to put that out into the crease for Pickenich. Pickenich jabs at it. Donaghy shovels it into the corner. A little bit of a moment of where's that puck, but Donaghy slides it through. And now here's Martin. Martin's in all alone. Martin, the shot's gone! Joey Martin! 1-0 Cardiff.
Well, Martin's a big game player, and he shows it here. Has loads of time. Gets a good wrist shot away, just under the glove of Whistle. Not a good first shot to give away if you're the Belfast Giants. Really tough on Whistle. Hasn't faced a puck yet, and all of a sudden it's a one-on-one.
Well, Roach with the block as well, dropping down to get that block. Really came for Olszewski. Gorley with the shot. Right there is Olszewski, tucked in by McDonald. McDonald on the back post, slots it home. It's 2-0 Cardiff.
You can see just a scramble in front of the net. McDonald just waits to the side net, walks and just taps it in. The Giants have been a little bit out of position in this second period. In the neutral zone, in front of their net, in the defensive zone. They're feeling the pressure right now from the Devils, who are just keeping it simple, making smart plays, getting pucks to the net with traffic in front.
Leaves it for Bush. Look at Lake. Lake, fine penalty killer. Gets it to the line, but no further. Here's Sanford. Sanford redirected! Well, Bush was on the doorstep. There were numbers in front. A typical shot from Sanford. Power play goal. 3-0 Cardiff.
Well, just a great shot from Sanford. Gets his head up. He's shooting for his teammate's stick there. But the one thing the Devils have done really well in the second period, getting traffic to the front of the net, just shooting the puck. Not looking for the perfect pass, especially under power play there. There's an example of it. I think the Giants have been overpassing a little bit too much in this game at times.
Sanford was shooting for a redirect there as he had that back post available to him. But a power play goal, and it's deflected in off of Roach. Sanford has a pair, just like that. It's 4-0 Cardiff. Sanford with his second in a few moments here. And it's, well, Roach has had such a great year, and that's the heartbreak of the playoffs. A great year means nothing when a puck deflects off your skate, and Sanford has a pair. It's 4-0 Cardiff.
Well, we talked about how you need a few breaks in these games to go on to win them, and there's a couple of breaks right there for the Devils. Sanford, to his credit, he's just getting the puck to the net again here.
55 seconds remaining in the period. McWilliam up the left side or up the right side. It's going to be kept in. Lee tries to punch it through. Olszewski with a good defensive play. Now Olszewski for O'Brien. Possible 2-on-1 here. O'Brien drives it in. O'Brien goes back and scores! Highlight reel stuff from Zach O'Brien. That could be it. 5-0 Cardiff.
What a play from O'Brien. He knows there's a forward back, Goodwin, so he takes him on. And then he just comes across, uses his reach, and makes it look oh so easy. But defensively, the Giants looked weak there. And O'Brien takes advantage of it. A great move from him. Wins that one-on-one battle.
That's it. A famous victory for the Cardiff Devils. They would have come in here as heavy underdogs, but they skate off with a 5-0 win over the double-winning Giants, the Cup and the League champions. Giants looking to complete the Grand Slam. The treble is on offer. The Cardiff Devils looking to win a fourth straight Viaplay playoff final, and we know that they are built for this tournament. It has been dominant over the last few years, and they've won back-to-back finals over the Belfast Giants. Pitter patter, let's get at her. The grand final is underway. Dumps it in. Beskorowany comes out. Beskorowany goes high off the window, but he hits Riley Brandt, and then Lake runs into Brandt. Two physical customers coming together there. Pietronero plays it in deep. Ben Lake with a pair of goals yesterday in semifinal number 1. Gets it ahead to Foley. Foley gains the red line. He'll just dump it in. It got up and over bounds his shoulder.
Right there, the shot comes in, and look, he's looking, where is it? It just rolled behind him. Again, this is a great view, by the way. And it just goes wide as Bounds was moving away from the net. That could have easily rolled the other way.
To Ruop. Ruop gets the shot through, redirected high in the slot by Bass. That's a set play from the Giants. Here's Ruop. Out wide, Conway. Conway with a shot. It's blocked by Lewis. Rebound for Conway. Conway denied. Puck rolls past the crease. Ori looks for the rebound, as does Conway. And somehow Ben Bounds keeps the puck out. Batch goes after Ruop. And we've got some tempers flaring in that scrum. Batch and Ruop coming together, two big guys. And Conway makes a little bit of a shove from Batch. And Batch wants to get at Conway.
Well, I mean, you can see there Conway gets a really good chance. I mean, Bounds had to make a few big saves, and Bounds came up big. He was sprawled out there. Puck was underneath him. It's a good shift from the Giants. Right there, Bounds just gets his hand down. The puck goes wide. You can see the Giants trying to get it to the back, to the front. Orley throws it out there. Conway's whacking away at it, and from there, everything. Rupp came in a little bit late. You can see why the Devils reacted to that.
Here's Martin. Martin with a lovely pass to Cox. Cox with a shot. Right pad save by Bescarawani. Jardine follows it up. Left pad save by Bescarawani. Martin to Richardson now. Grant Cooper's without a stick, so essentially a 5-on-4 situation. There's Martin. Martin with a chance, and what a stop by Bescarawani. And again, we have the scrums after the whistle. Grant Cooper not happy. Ruop has got Sanford over in the far corner. I don't think Sanford wants to deal with Ruop, although Sanford's a fiery competitor. Great opportunity from Joey Martin, but both goalies have, as builds, started to put on a clinic.
Yeah, Richardson just takes his time and waits for bodies to get to them. He was trying to get Martin on that redirect. Martin gets another shot in there. Bounds has it, but then Cox comes in and gets his stick on Bescarawani's glove, so then everybody's a little bit unhappy from the Giants side of things. That's why a few cross checks come in.
25 seconds remaining in the period. Cooper throws a hip into Richardson. Garside. Cooper out front is David Gilbert battling with Martin. Jardine goes down. Here's Cooper. Cooper with a chance on the wraparound. It comes off the pad of Bounds, and with 9 seconds remaining, here comes Cox. Cox on a counterattack to Sanford. Sanford running out of time. Richardson scores! Richardson slots it home with just 1.7 seconds remaining. 1-0 Cardiff.
Yeah, I was talking about how the Devils have been coming through the neutral zone with a lot of speed. Cox just crosses it over with Sanford. Sanford makes it look like he's going to shoot, so Bescarawani tries to take the angle away. But Richardson just kept coming up the ice. I'm sure Richardson knew there was less than 5 seconds on the clock. That's why he was aggressive moving up the ice, because we don't always see Richardson moving all the way down to the net like that. But in this situation, when there's not a lot of time left on the clock, Richardson goes all the way to the net. That's a big goal for the Devils. Take the 1-0 late in the first period.
Goodwin slots it around. Jardine, dangerous pass up the middle, but he had some mustard on that, and it got past Bast. Here's Ori on the re-entry. Cross ice for Conway, bobbled over his blade. He settles it down in front for Cooper. Cooper, oh, what a save! Are you kidding me? Bounds with the glove save on Cooper.
That was a great pass from Conway. He saw Cooper coming in through the middle of the ice, put it right on his blade. Watch this play from Conway, great pass. Cooper just has to go a little bit higher to beat Bounds there as Bounds is coming across. Cooper gets a good shot away, but Bounds just leaves his glove there. Great glove hand save.
Welcome back to Motorpoint Arena. Second period of the Belfast Giants against the Sheffield Steelers in the third, fourth playoff. It's the Sheffield Steelers who lead by 4-3, and I'm delighted to say, joining me on commentary for this second period from the Belfast Giants is Joe Cassetti. How are you, Joe?
Good. Thank you very much for having me. I'm excited to call this second period. It's been an interesting game so far. A lot of action. So.
A lot of special moments. I think the Brandon Whistle goal, especially, and then the save by Andrew Dixon from Cole Schuger was pretty special as well.
Oh yeah, a couple sparks of some serious skill from both ends of the ice. Pretty cool to see.
Just to ask you, how's your season been? Because obviously it was curtailed by injury, but you started off so well as the Giants. Bobo Carpenter looking for his hat trick. I think that hit the post. But
yeah, I mean, obviously. Yeah, obviously you getting hurt. It's part of the game. It's unfortunate, but it's those things just kind of happen, especially when you're playing a pretty grueling sport like ice hockey. I've been fortunate to be a part of a great group of guys who have been really supportive, and they've helped me through a lot, whether they know it or not. You know what I mean?
You're really good.
And so, yeah, I mean, for the situation that's been at hand with the injury and stuff, I feel like I've made the most out of it.
Oh, and Dominic Cormier hits the post. Steelers close to stretching their lead. Because what's it been like to be around the Giants this season? It must have been pretty special. 2 trophies, which is always great to win. As Steelers hit the pipe work again.
Yeah, it's it's winning in anything is unbelievable. But you gotta in Belfast. We have a great group of guys. Great management team. Fans are second to none. Facilities and everything. It's been awesome. So, it's just been great overall. And winning's a bonus, but it's kind of expected when you're a part of an organization like that.
Because you were new to the league this year, what was it like going into that final weekend of the season with 3 teams still able to win the title?
Yeah, it's crazy how it came down to a point within the last 20 minutes of in the third period or whatever of Sheffield's game, and we ended up beating Nottingham anyway here, but. Kiefer's always talking about how if you haven't played in this league, you never really kind of seen a format like this, and every point in every game matters, you know what I mean, at the end of the day. So, it's pretty nuts.
Yeah, because it's I suppose it's very different to what you're used to, where the regular season title is the one that's most important, and then it's quite a condensed playoff series.
Yeah.
Cameron Pound just fires wide. It's JJ Pikinich, lays it across, but that's cut out by Mitchell Baumas. Watling plays it in. Baumas, it's the backhand shot, is just wide. Now with Osterberg. Looking for Pikinich, but it's cut out. Now with Saucerman through the middle, looking for Baumas. No icing. Hansen, big long stretch pass. And Osterberg's clear. Good pad save by Warburton. And Scott Conway. This is Cameron Pound, and that's cut out by Kevin Tansey. He starts to come the other way. Steelers just working it around the zone. Here's Huitala. Nicely poked away. Because this will be your first experience of playoff weekend, have you ever experienced anything like this before with fans from all teams within one arena and the atmosphere?
I can't say that I really have. Playing in college, it's super cool how it's a school atmosphere, and you have all your friends and kids around your age, but yeah, you know, I don't remember a time where it's been, you know, fans and people that support all the teams in the league coming together, kind of, you know, to, you know, watch a cool event like this. But yeah, it's definitely awesome. It's been great to see. It's pretty, you know, it's pretty awesome. I really enjoyed it so far.
Steelers with it as they look to come out from the back. It's been a quite quiet start to this second period compared to the first, where we had 2 goals in the first 26 seconds. Stretch past up the middle, looking for Levins, but Dixon just paddles that to the side. It's Mark Cooper. Cooper just keeps hold of it. And taken on by David Goodwin. Goodwin crashing towards the net. Oh, it's hit the post again. Wow, that's 4 times I think that the puck has hit the pipework in this first 5 minutes of the second period. Here's a lead. Bariga nicely finds Cooper. To Glambos around to Bariga. It's cut out with Ciampini. It's all the way back to Curtis Warburton. Cries of shoot from the crowd. I think I said to Marco Valorant, he says, what would it take to beat that Brandon Whistle goal or the Andrew Dixon save? He says he thinks one of the goalies probably firing it top corner.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if I saw that in a game like this.
Yeah, I think if ever it was going to happen, it'd be a game like this.
Yeah.
This is the chance off the post. Mark Cooper. So close to bringing the Giants back on level terms. Good cross-ice pass by Hansen to Bariga. That hits the stick, going to hit the netting. We'll have a face-off. So Joe, you've been around the guys. How was the feeling after yesterday's game?
I mean, it's disappointing.
Oh, it's apologies for breaking. It's
there we go. We got Carl scored a goal there.
yeah. So Giants back on level terms. Actually coming in here, and it's Carl Boudre.
Yep.
Just getting it around Warburton and into the net.
Yeah. Yeah, but you know, like I was saying, it's I think it's disappointing, especially when you have such a special season that this group did. But and obviously, you're always striving to win everything you can. It's not necessarily like saying that we're content with winning 2 trophies, but at the end of the day, like we achieved a lot this year, and it would have been great to be able to win tomorrow and play tonight for a chance to win another one. But it just kind of is what it is. It's hard to win the treble, you know what I mean? It's hard to win everything, but we came pretty close, so proud of this group.
Yeah, a very, very talented team. Good core as well. I mean, a lot of players who've been with the Giants for many years. It's that sort of organisation, isn't it, where players do tend to stay around for a long time, or they go away and come back, with the likes of Scott Conway and JJ Pickenich, who play for the Giants, have gone away, they've come back to the team.
Yep.
And then the likes of David Goodwin, Mark Cooper, who have been around the team for many years as well.
Yeah, that definitely says a lot about the organization as a whole. But it's just it's filled with good people, and I think they're successful ultimately because of that.
There's Saucerman, just keeps it in. It's going to be picked up by Dominic Cormier. Sorceman, whistle. Break to the back door, right out in front. Still there for Watling. Cormier. Watling. Giants. Breakaway. Here's Josh Roach looking to get it right across.
Balloon on the ice.
Oh, yeah. I think that needs to be picked up.
I don't know. The referees don't see it apparently.
It's Sorceman. Baumas into the zone. Oh, what a finish! Mitchell Baumas beats Andrew Dixon into the top corner, and Baumas has his second of the game. 28-22, the time of the goal. But that's a really, really good finish off the inside of the post.
That was a nice shot. Good release.
Cheer from behind it. Quick release. And Steelers back in the lead, 5-4. Now a chance for the Giants to break.
2-on-1 here.
Conway looking to get it over to Pikanich, but Conway might pick it up again. Doesn't, but Giants still have it in the zone. Osterberg, Conway, great bit of skill. Really good save by Curtis Warburton.
Yeah, he's smiling.
So watch this again. Good feed from the corner by Osterberg, but then a great bit of skill by Scott Conway. Beats stiffly, but doesn't beat the glove of Curtis Warburton.
Almost.
Scott Conway, special player. He's been a big feature of the Giants' success over the past few years.
Yep, definitely. One of those guys too. You know, he's obviously an older guy, been here, been around for a while, had a long and good pro career, and he's been very welcoming, and all the new guys, myself included. Competitive guy. I've beat him on the golf course though every time I've played him. I just want to make that, if his family's watching or anything, just know. But yeah, great kid, really special player, but you know, it's a testament to his character as well. You know, a good person at the end of the day, so that's what I appreciate, you know, as a teammate.
Steelers have it in the zone. It's out by JJ Pikanich. And here is that man Conway. Conway using the screen, but just can't quite hit the target. Pikanich again, looking for Osterberg. Osterberg does have it, goes back to point for Hansen. Osterberg again. Conway. Hansen wanted it on his forehand. He's got it now, and Warburton makes a save. Steelers managed to get it away. Here's Pikanich. Oh, right through the middle, Osterberg. Can he get onto it? He can, but Warburton makes a really good save once again.
Yeah, a little back and forth here.
Comes the other way as the shot is wide from Levins. It's for Ciampini. Poke to Tremblay, but Giants win it back. It's Scott Conway.
We could have had about 9 goals so far this period with all the posts.
Yeah, I think it always is one of those games. Shot again.
Off the post, off the crossbar, I think.
I think that may have come off the top of the crossbar. Steelers coming the other way. Tremblay has it poked away from him by Hansen, but manages to recover. It's the puck, but Hansen does well. Hansen now under pressure from Tremblay, gets it around to Cameron Pound. Pound makes space for himself as he comes through neutral ice. Really good by Cameron Pound, gets it to David Goodwin. Shot from the angle by Cooper. Warburton doesn't quite get hold of it, the puck is loose, but the Steelers do bring it away. It's won back by the Giants though. Here's Goodwin. Oh, lovely pass to Cooper, and it just can't quite get it over the line. I think Warburton got something on that. Brandon Whistle took a deflection which took it wide. Now Goodwin, space here for Kieran Long. Screen by Ulrich. Cooper, 2 bites at it. Warburton makes the save. Comes back to point. Long makes the pass. Shot from the angle goes right across the face of goal and comes all the way out. And that's the thing with this game, it is an opportunity for the players to show their skill set.
Yeah, it's I mean, I think this format of this game right now, the effort level is kind of ridiculous, but yeah, I mean, it's definitely, you got way more time and space. No one's hitting. No one's taking really a hard stride, so just got to show off the hands and a little bit of the vision here.
There's Reese Kelly. Rainio. Back to Kelly. Kelly will take the shot. Pad saved by Dixon. Now Marin. Boudre. Bariga. Goes to Glambos. Back into the centre, but it's picked up by Ulrich for the Steelers. He gets it to Cole Shudra. Shudra behind the net. Now Sorcerman. Ulrich back to Sorcerman. Gives it back to Ulrich. Now Shudra, good passing from the Steelers, just not quite finding the shooting lane at the moment. Bainio. Really good work by Guimont. So we'll still have it in the zone. Finley Ulrich. And then he has it poked away with him, and it's Carl Boudre who brings it away. Gets it to Bariga. Bariga looking to take on Vainio. Vainio wins that battle and then gets the long pass to Dominic Cormier. Back to Watling. Watling, space opening up as he keeps it on his stick, but then Giants back in numbers. Watling again. Drops it back, still there for the Steelers as Watling has it again. Every pass being cheered. Guimont right in front, and it's Diffley who pokes it over. Cormier has it behind the net.
This is
goes
ridiculous, man.
Goes to pretty much a snail's pace. Huttler. Guimont. This is going to finish with a goal. Watling. Back out in front. Glambos gets his stick on it, but it's still there for the Steelers. Huttler. Guimont. Huttler again. Finally the shot comes in into the chest of Andrew Dixon, and we do get a whistle. I can't imagine you've experienced much like this before.
I've played men's league in the summer. But not so much like this. No.
And I suppose after all the intensity of yesterday in the two semi-finals, I suppose it's just a chance to have a skate, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nice. It's for the fans too. So yeah, it's nice to see. Nice to see no one's trying to kill each other either.
Yeah.
No one's getting hurt.
I think it could be very different to what game coming up at 5 p.m.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's Hansen. Oh, nice skill by Conway, and it's saved by Warburton. Chance for Steelers to break through the middle. It's Kevin Tansey. Tansey one-on-one. He tries one through the legs. Dixon equal to that one. Can't imagine you get too many through the legs attempts in what would be a regular league game or a playoff semi-final, quarter-final. Here's Usula. Giants have it. Conway into the middle. Osterberg. Osterberg fires just wide. Now Pickenich goes back for Bo Hansen. Usel for the Steelers. Baumas. Whistle, backhand shot. Giants bring it away again. Osterberg going all the way through. It's loose for a second, but then Steelers get it away. Here's Ciampini looking to take it on. Ciampini right out in front. Oh, it's another fantastic save by Andrew Dixon. This time from Sam Tremblay, and now the Giants come the other way. Scott Conway takes the shot, and it's Warburton who makes the save. Now Tremblay coming the other way. Pace just quickened up slightly. Taken in by Levins. Levins just doesn't find its mark. It's stopped by Levins on the blue line now. Daniel Ciampini, it's poked away by Jeff Baum. Baum again. Roach. Cooper. Cooper with the shot into the glove of Warburton, who drops it and keeps play alive. No whistle. And now it does go over the plexi, and 2 minutes 19 to go. The Steelers lead 5-4. So look at those chances. That's Tanzi with the through the legs attempt that well saved by Andrew Dixon, and then that was Tremblay right in front of the two. Yeah. Very, very good save by Andrew Dixon. He's coming in for his first start of the season, but he's really acquitted himself well.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. Dicko's, he's the man. I love that guy. Great kid.
Ulrich looking to play it in. And Cooper. Cooper, oh, brilliant finish. The captain, Mark Cooper, brings Giants back level. And it doesn't matter what game it is, he is a real leader.
Yep, Coop. I don't have enough good things to say about Coop. He's, I don't know, he's just, he's the best captain I could ask for, you know. He comes to work every single day. He's one of the best guys, best personalities you can ask for. And you know he's always got his back. To go along with that, he's a great, great player. And yeah, nothing but great things to say about him.
I think he said all about him in the league title game here a couple of weeks ago. The short-handed goal he scored where he came down the wing, cut in, put it into the roof of the net. And that just said everything about the type of player he is.
Yeah, unbelievable player. You know, he's one of those players when you have to go into the trenches or whatever, you want him by your side. You know, you want him fighting next to you. Just a reliable, skilled, hard-working player.
Of course, he's lifted 2 trophies for the Belfast Giants, led them to 2 titles, and you can't really ask for any more than that.
Exactly, yeah.
Puck just getting caught in neutral ice, and now Boudreau taking on Huitala as Giants gain the zone once again, but the drop pass doesn't find its mark, and Steelers able to bring it away. It's up with Cole Shudra. Shudra into the zone. Shudra just looking for a shooting lane, not finding it. Well closed down by the Giants. And it's Boudreau who brings it away, and it's a 3-on-1 developing as Boudreau takes a shot, and Bariga, it just jumps over his stick. Otherwise, it was more or less a pass straight back into an empty net. Here's Glambos. Morin takes it in. Nice little pass. Oh, Mike Lee. So close to finding the corner. Mike Lee, another player. He was absolutely superb in that, that whole weekend with the 2 games against Nottingham.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's a great player as well. You know, another one of those guys who you want by your side if you're going through the trenches. But yeah, great player.
We're into the final few seconds of this second period, and it looks like we're going to finish all square. It's 5 apiece. With 20 minutes to go. Still all to play for here. We'll see some stats in a second, and then we'll look at the second period highlights. Both teams just skate off. I suppose that's another thing that says what's different about this game is the fact both teams going off together.
Exactly.
Well, there we go. The end of period stats. Giants ahead, shots on goal 30-18. Well ahead on face-offs, 118-7. Score at the top. Giants 5, the Steelers 5. The goal summary. 3 goals in that second period for Carl Boudre, Mitchell Baumas, and then Mark Cooper, the Giants captain, pulling it level. So at all square at 5-all, with the third period still to come. We'll take a look at some highlights from that second period. And that was, we saw the pipework getting hit quite a lot early in that second period, and that one from Bobo Carpenter looking for his hat-trick.
Yeah, a lot of posts early on there.
That one came off flush. Another chance of Belfast.
That would have been cool. That would have been really cool.
Yeah, Glenn Boss. Now the way he had his seat, was he looking for a Michigan there?
Yeah, that's what that was. A little backhand. Almost, too.
And then Cormier off the post. That one flush. And then again off the post, this one from the angle.
Yeah, felt like every shot was off the post to begin the game there, period.
Baumas that time. And the Giants hitting the post again. You see the exasperation from David Goodwin as he went off there. It's like, how on earth have we found the pipe work again? And then that was the first goal of the period, the Giants getting it back to 4 apiece. It was Carl Boudre. Nice finish, good stick work.
Oh yeah. Yeah, good things happen when you stay in front, you know. Get pucks in the net.
It's Ryan Warburton into the net. And then it was Mitchell Baumas just getting a bit of space and a shot into the corner that came off the inside of the post. So
that was a good shot there.
Didn't really give Andrew Dixon any opportunity. Really good shot, and that was the Steelers back ahead 5-4. One that hit the pipework, but for the Steelers anyway, went the right side.
Yeah, exactly.
A chance for Belfast, Kyle Osterberg, producing a very good pad save from Curtis Warburton. Just poked away. Giants coming back into the zone. And there's
I'm not good.
Many thanks to Joe for joining us as we finish off the highlights here. Kevin Tansey going through the legs, getting the save from Andrew Dixon. Really skillful from Tansey, but a really good save by Dixon. Championi right out to Tremblay, but Dixon just getting enough on it to keep it out. Another spectacular save from him too. He's pulled off in this game so far. Not sure how much he knew about that one. And then it was 5 apiece as Mark Cooper, the Belfast Giants captain, got some space. Fine. Went across Curtis Warburton and into the side of the net. From the slow-mo angle, right over the pad and into the corner of the net. So that's it for 2 periods. It's all square at 5 apiece. All to play for in the 3rd period. Sheffield Steelers commentator Jonathan Fernley will be joining me for the 3rd period. But for now, take a break and we'll be back very soon.
Well, there's box office, and then there's Nottingham versus Sheffield in a winner-take-all semi-final. It is semi-final number 2 from a sold-out Motorpoint Arena in Nottingham. To the left of Grande's goal. He's been the busier of the 2 goalkeepers. Face-off win. Valorant to Levins. Levins into the bumper position. They scored! Tremblay! A howitzer from Tremblay. It's 1-0 Sheffield.
Well, it's all about getting the puck to the net quickly, and Tremblay just snaps it off straight away. Grande doesn't have enough time to get across. I think he gets a little piece of it, but not enough. But the reason it goes in the back of the net is Tremblay just fires it straight away. Doesn't wait a split second.
To Nishkala. Chipping and chasing around Tansey. Guimont wraps him up. Tansey to Whistle. Out to the wing. Balmas has to hustle and gets it past Zek. Kelsel and Balmas. Balmas scores! Balmas! A lovely little wrist shot past the glove of Grande. It's 2-0 Sheffield.
Well, he just outmuscles Kelsel on the play, and he makes it look like he's going to pass. There's no option to pass him. He's got to shoot it, but that's a great shot from Balmas up and over the glove of Grande. And he gets the Steelers that big second goal, giving them that 2-0 lead. I was talking about the next goal, how important it was going to be, and that's a big one from Balmas for the Steelers.
2:42 to go in the 2nd period. Sheffield 2, Panthers no score. Zek to Fossier. Fossier to Doherty. Kerr. Zek now. Doherty looking for an angle. Goes back to Fossier. Zek rips it on goal, scores! Cooper Zek with a hard shot. There was net front presence. It's a power play goal. 2-1 hockey game.
Well, Zek here, he looks away and then he fires that quick wrist shot in there. You can see the redirect from Roy right into the back of the net. A big goal for the Panthers. They certainly needed that. They've been moving the puck around well on their power play. They take advantage of the power play and get a big goal here.
Balmas. He's got the go-ahead goal right now. 5:46 left in the 2nd. Balmas with the 2nd goal on the board for Sheffield. Hoodala off the skate of Wickers. Wickers stays with it, but there was Hoodala bouncing it out front to Ciampini, but Buns will skate it through the neutral zone. Buns trying to go end-to-end a la Bobby Orr. Buns goes end-to-end around the net looking for an outlet pass, and he's going to come all the way back to the blue line. Redirected in front! Lovely set of hands in front. It looks like Stephenson on the shot from Buns. It's a 2-2 hockey game.
But like you said, Bunce just go for escape, but you can see plenty of traffic in front from the Panthers. All three forwards crashing down in front of the net. Stephenson gets the last touch on that one. A really big goal for the Panthers early here in the third period. Right now the Steelers are asking something to be checked. What are they looking for? Interference in front of the net? They're looking to see if they're going to check this one out. The Steelers have requested a look at it.
The longer this goes on, you wonder, well, it's a good goal. Andy Dalton points to the center ice dot, and that erupts all the Panthers fans down to our left. Thousands of them enjoying that. As the Devils are already back at the hotel, I'm sure they've had physio, they've had hydration, they've had rest, proper meal. That earlier semifinal is a big advantage if you get through, because you've got that extra 4 or 5 hours of recovery. Here's Doherty with a chance. Oh, Fossier! Fossier! Fossier!
Well, you were just talking about Fossier. You'd mentioned if he gets a scoring opportunity, he can put one in the back of the net. And he finally gets a good chance, and he finishes it off for the Panthers. It wasn't the best pass for the Steelers coming out from behind their net.
Greenfield's still in the goal. Cormier sends it off of Dowd, and now he's gone. Greenfield's gone to the bench for the extra attacker. 1:30 remaining in regulation, 6 on 5. There's an empty net. And it's going to be kept in by Balmas, though. Balmas with the chance up and over the crossbar. It's going to bounce in! It went in off, it looked like it came off of Spencer's glove. A circus goal. With the goalie out for the extra attacker, it bounces around. It came off of the end boards and hit a Panthers glove, and it looks like Ciampini will claim the goal. But with 1:21 remaining, the drama continues. Maybe it's Balmas going to claim it, but it bounced off the end boards with such force, and then it looked like it came off of. Whose glove does it come off of here? 3-3 through 3 periods of action. Spencer takes over, and we see so often it's the first real possession that's so vital in these 3-on-3 sequences. Contos forced out by Dowd, and Contos will curl back into the defensive zone. He's out there with her. And Spencer, Contos takes it on. Contos, a little bit of room opened up there. It's going to bounce off the skate of Balmas back to her, and now her has some room. Her into a shooting position. Her scores! The captain punches the ticket, and he waves goodbye to the Sheffield Steelers. Sam Hurd, his last weekend as a professional hockey player, puts puck to twine, and it's so fun. They win in overtime, 4-3.
Well, what a great play from her. He realizes the Steelers are out of position, so he attacks the slot area straight away. Dowd tries to come across and make a play, but her reads it. As Dowd goes down, he just goes around him. Quick little move. That's a great move from her. And he gets a quick shot away just inside the post.
Sold out Motor Point Arena. You can feel the hair on your neck standing up, the excitement palpable. The Sheffield Steelers trying to complete a treble. The treble winners from last year, the Belfast Giants, looking to defend their playoff title. Spears puts on the afterburners, trying to go coast to coast now. Spears throws on the brakes, trying to send it into the middle. Oh boy, that's a bad hit there. That's a bad hit. Prince came in on Watling. He saw the numbers, and Watling is slow to get up. Let's have a look here. Does he see the numbers sometimes? Well, he reaches in. That's not a good hit by Prince, and hopefully, well, Watling is still getting looked at.
Yeah, I don't think he hit him straight in the back. He caught him slightly from the side. I mean, I don't think he'd get thrown out of the game for this, but he definitely would get a 2-minute penalty, possibly a little bit more, but we'll see.
Balmas versus Lake. Balmas wins it. Here's Cormier. Back to Balmas. Cormier. Wrist shot by Cormier. Got the blocker across. Jackson whistle. Curdy trying to lift the stick, but Balmas to Cormier. Balmas to the top of the circle. Smartly back to Cormier. Over to Brandon Whistle. Whistle with a shot, and there's Ciampini's goal! Power play goal! Ciampini Steelers.
Well, it was really good puck movement from the Steelers, and Champini just waits to the side of the net. And how many times do you see it when a shot comes from the right side and a player just sits on the left side of the net and waits to see if that puck comes out? Comes right to Champini. Shows some composure and good hands. The side of the net just to stuff it in the back of the net. Some traffic in front also.
And because it's a major penalty, the power play rolls on. You can score as many as you want in that, or many as you can in that 5 minutes, so it's such a disadvantage to the Belfast Giants right now, and such a big, big advantage for the Cup and League champions. Usala goes to the front of goal. Here's Saucerman. Balmas to the dot. Balmas with the shot, blockered away by Whistle, and that's an important save by Whistle. You got to shake off that goal, and now you've got to just stare down the offerings from Saucerman and company. Balmas to the top of the circle, drag, shoots, big save by Whistle. It's right there, Usala scored! The rebound was there for Usala. He tucks it home, 2-0 Sheffield.
Well, it could be a review on this play, because I thought someone pushed the puck with the glove, but Usala finishes the play off there, gets good positioning in front of the net, and is able to tuck that away.
Will it be the Belfast Giants? Or will it be the Sheffield Steelers?
Welcome back to the Motorpoint Arena in Nottingham. Players and officials back out on the ice for the third period of this fourth playoff game. And it is currently the Belfast Giants 5, the Sheffield Steelers 5. So 20 minutes to try and win the game. I'm delighted to say that joining me on commentary for this third period is my esteemed colleague from the Sheffield Steelers webcast commentator, Jonathan Fernley. How are you?
I'm very well, John. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Good. I've enjoyed this game. It's nice to see the skill that's been on show.
I mean, you normally know the game's going to be played at a lower pace, but it allows players to show off their skill. We've seen some good net minding at both ends. We've seen some less than stellar, but we've seen some really good saves, and we've seen, between the legs goal, you're not only going to get the time to do that, it's a chance for players to show off and, just let players let their hair down a little bit.
It's really, yeah, we've seen some great skill. That Brandon Whistle goal was pretty special.
It certainly was.
Just sorting out the microphones. I think we're good to go again.
I believe we are, yes, there we go. Not used to wearing my microphone backwards. This feels the wrong way around for me.
Here's Mitchell Baumas on a hat-trick, of course. Here's Watling. Beaten to it by Kawaguchi. Kawaguchi plays it down the boards. There's no one with mismatch, though.
Yeah, going back to Whistle, he's not the sort of player who would normally take the opportunity to show off and be flashy. This game allows him to show everybody, yeah, this is how good I can be. And he's had a good season as well. He's a 20-goal scorer.
We were saying, though, that the chance for Cole Shudra, where it produced that fantastic save from Andrew Dixon, but the actual skill with the stick work to create the space for himself to then have an almost empty net to put it into, that was pretty special as well.
Yeah, it's been a tough season for Cole. He's playing as a fourth-line forward. What a good grab. It's sort of... Is there more of that? The Steelers' fourth line this season hasn't really been a goal-scoring line. It's been a physical line, and they've tried, some Tremblay's been on it, and we've put Levens on it at times, and it's been there to win corner battles and turn the ice over. Yeah. It's not really been there to produce goals, so the point numbers don't look impressive, but the way the Steelers have played this year, you need to look beyond the numbers sometimes to see the value.
How do you assess the Steelers season overall? Because obviously you're coming off the back of a Grand Slam season where the Steelers were incredibly dominant. There was no one really to touch them. Everybody else seems to have caught up this season, though.
Yeah, I think the Steelers have taken a slight step backwards, but that was always going to be the case. I don't think, for all the bluster at the end of last season, we're going to do back-to-back trebles, and it was never realistically going to be on the course. I think the Steelers would hope that they would have finished the season with some silverware. This season will go down as a slight disappointment. From an entertainment point of view, there have been a lot more games at the Sheffield Arena this season where the fans have seen a proper game of hockey, a lot more overtime games, a lot of comebacks, whereas last season just turned up one and the games were just routine and there wasn't a lot of entertainment. We didn't have any games last season really like the one we saw yesterday.
Let's bring in the rivalry because it's something that's probably, we've all said it was sort of went right off the boil. This season it's very much back.
Yeah, it went off the boil in 2013 because the one thing the Panthers needed to do was win another league title. And then it died a little bit. It came back in 2017 because of John Armstrong colliding with Mika Viekman, and then John Armstrong scoring the overtime goal. But then the world stopped for a couple of years, and it took a while to get back into it because there were Steelers-Panthers games with no fans there, and there were also a lot of uncompetitive ones. The Steelers, weren't just winning at home, but they were winning away. Now, this season, it's turned back again because the Panthers have won games, and they've won big games, and they've won them in both buildings. Next season, the Panthers will go into the first Steelers-Panthers game thinking, we've got the upper hand here.
And it's the first time in a while it's been like that, but there have been between the two games I saw at Sheffield Arena and then certainly the games here, especially in the latter part of the season, the penalty shot win for the Panthers here was an absolute crackerjack of a game.
Yeah, and you can tell because the atmosphere is back in this building for the Panthers fans because they don't just hope for a win, they're expecting a win now. They've got a team that can provide that expectation.
Oh, great.
Another good stop.
Really good stick save by Andrew Dixon. He's produced some fantastic stops in this game. Here's Vainio. And that goes just wide. The zone it comes. Ciampini. Goes back to Vainio.
It's just going to take one of the teams to decide, right, we're going to play at normal speed for a couple of shifts and just catch the other team flat-footed.
Maybe here. Another pad save as Cole Shudra takes the shot.
It's what we saw in the first 30 seconds of the game when the Steelers didn't realise how quickly the Giants were going to play. Oh, right, that's the game speed, is it? Okay, right, we're with you now.
Oh, it's in! Right across Warburton, and Mark Cooper has his second. I don't think he can't quite believe he scored that.
Oh, it's a terrific snapshot, and he's capable of it. It was a very forced smile. He got the Man of the Match award yesterday. That's the quality we know he's got. Curtis Warburton has been in this situation a lot this season for the Steel Dogs. The Steel Dogs have, had defensive issues, I think is the polite way of putting it. He's used to facing a lot of shots every night and conceding more goals than he would perhaps like, but that was right inside the post.
Mark Cooper with no assist on that goal. Steelers look to come again as the Giants lead by one. Saucerman plays it across. Cormier with the shot. It's loose in front, but it's taken away, and now Osterberg drops it back. Doesn't quite find Pickenich.
There's always the potential in the third period of these games for the team that's got the lead to think, right, I know it's a bit of fun, but we actually want to win this game now and just start to shut things down. We saw it when Cardiff beat Fife 6-0. Thought, right, there's a shutout here to protect. And we saw it in Paul Thompson's final Coventry game. It was a lot of back and forth. Then Coventry got a third period lead and thought, no, we want to send our coach off properly here. And they properly locked it down. So if I'm Belfast, I'm thinking, right, we get one more and then we play it properly. Make sure we finish what has been a terrific season on a high.
I suppose just like the game coming up at 5 p.m, it's the last game for both of these teams, and they'll want to go into the summer with a victory.
Yeah, and we don't know what these players' plans are going to be when maybe their last game of professional ice hockey.
Balmas plays it across, looking for Brandon Whistle.
Often find myself looking at the handshake lines at the end of a playoff series to see who's, just taking an extra moment to look around and who's maybe got a tear or two in their eyes, knowing that it is the final one.
Certainly will be an interesting summer.
Break on here.
Here comes Conway. Conway, off the post. And I think that's the 6th or 7th time we've seen the pipe work hit.
It was almost like they were shooting for the iron in the second period. We had the first 3 shots all go ping. Another one here.
Off the crossbar.
Got a real pantomime villain role this season, Scott
Yeah,
Conway.
he certainly has, hasn't he? But him finding the pipe work is doing no favours for my fantasy team. Although Mitchell Balmas getting a couple has certainly helped it, though.
That's a pretty safe bet that Mitchell Balmas is going to get himself on the score sheet.
Here's Barriga. Boudre finds Marin. Shot straight at Curtis Warburton, who covered his angles well. Nice backhand pass, and that's finding another good save by Warburton. And now maybe a chance of a Steelers breakaway. It's Balmas again, goes for the backhand pass, looking for Cormier. Cormier again plays it across. Dixon doesn't have it, but Cameron Pound is there to clean up. Now Boudre. Morin back to Boudre, just beyond him. Huteler's there to pick it up. Huteler just coming down the lane, but the pass wasn't really meant for Tansey, but Tansey picks it up. Tansey into the zone, drops it to Watling. Nice bit of a skill from Watling. Well won by Bo Hansen for the Giants, though. There's Carpenter. Kawaguchi goes back post, right across, looking for Carpenter. Under his stick, and Tansey brings it away for the Steelers, gives it to Usula. Robert Dowd is crashing the net. Oh, his backhand shot is just wide. There's mismatch. Galambos. And again, it's Tansey. It just runs off his stick. He almost gets it back.
Kevin Tansey is desperate for a goal. Tried the Marique Malik move between the legs in the second period. Keeps loitering down the ice.
Usula, save Dixon. It's loose. Dow can't get on it. Mike Lee brings it away.
I'm not looking forward to the day that Andrew Dixon is no longer the Belfast Giants backup. It feels like he's been a fixture of all our hockey lives for such a long time.
For a very long time. Here's Vanio, gets it to Usula. Usula to Dowd. Just under the stick of Guimont. Now a chance for the Giants. Go well cut out by Saucerman. Colton Saucerman's a player I'm continually impressed by. He's such a good D-man. Here's Long, backhand shot, saved by Warburton. It's loose and Saucerman gets it to Levins.
It's a couple of times players have thought about a Michigan there. Long was fancying it for a moment. Yeah, I wouldn't say that Saucerman has had a season that lived up to last season. It's still been a good season. I think last season he had a great season. And I think that sort of is reflected in a few Steelers players perhaps. You know, that last season was so good, it was going to be difficult for everybody to play at that same standard. But I think defensively the Steelers have not been as solid this season compared to the standards of last season, where every time the Steelers had a lead in the third period last season, they won. And obviously that wasn't the case.
Levins finds the net. He was never going to miss that.
he does is score goals, and he does it really well. It's exactly the sort of chance he's been waiting for, one that he hasn't really had this weekend.
Lead by Brian Diffley. And Levins finds the net, and Steelers are back on level terms once again. Time of the goal exactly 50 minutes. So 10 minutes left and we're still all square.
He's been a streaky scorer this season, Daniel Levins. He's had some games where he's been on the end of those sort of chances and he's taken them. But there'll be other games when his line's just not working. And he found a really good combination with Ciampini and Tremblay in the second half of the season. But his injuries kind of got in the way of that. Sometimes his effectiveness was a little bit reduced. It seems he needs a line that's really clicking around him, that can allow him to go to those slot areas. He's not a player who's going to do his best work up against the boards. He's going to do it in the slot area.
Because I remember there was a lot of plaudits coming his way during your Champions Hockey League campaign about how well he was playing. And the thing is, that was against a lot of top European teams, and the Steelers absolutely live with them every step of the way.
Yeah, and again, it was injuries that really hurt the Steelers. I mean, it's unlikely we'd have come back to win away in Berlin, but losing Greenfield after 2 minutes of the game, losing Vainio and then Dowd, before the end of it as well, it really hurted the Steelers' chances. But it was then recovering from those injuries, the subsequent league games, it forced the Steelers to try and play catch-up for most of the rest of the season.
Great pass. Osterberg finally gets it over Warburton. It looked like they was just going to pass it around and not find the net, but Osterberg takes control. Gets it back from Mike Lee. Came off the pad of Warburton. Osterberg just has to lift it into the net, and the Giants lead once again at 51 minutes and 19 seconds.
It's exactly what you want from the third place game. Back and forth scoring. It's keeping all the fans entertained. I tell you what, there's more fans in for this game than we've ever had, and I think we've said that for a few years running now. Third place game. Fans, I think, have accepted what it is now, and they know I'm going to be entertained by this. And you don't get as much of the comment and the criticism that a game played at this pace sometimes might have got in the past.
Well, it's a great opportunity for players to show their skill set, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, the Steelers have been basically taking the opportunity to try everybody out as a centre at some point. Everybody's had a go at winning face-offs, whether it's Kevin Tansey or Reece Kelly. They've all taken their turn.
And that's the thing about these games. You know you're not going to get railed into the boards.
I don't think anybody's taken a full slap shot yet.
There's time. There is time.
Depends how desperate they get.
Cheers starting again. The Steelers passing game gets going. It's Cormier. Giants take it away, and now a 2-on-1 break developing as Boudreau takes it into the zone. Boudreau's going to go all the way, and I think Warburton got something on that, but still there for the Giants perhaps. No, it's going to come the other way. Here's Watling. Have Marin all over him now. Baumas looking for the space. Oh, he doesn't find the pass, and it's breaking the other way for the Giants. Barriga gets it to Boudreau. Boudreau clear, and Boudreau this time finds the net.
They learned the lesson from the previous one.
He has his second of the game. Boudreau from Barriga, and Giants lead stretches to 2 at 52 minutes and 59 seconds.
The Giants have recognised that there's a chance on any turnover, and if you get those first couple of strides in, they're not going to be able to catch up with you. We've seen a couple of 2-on-1s and 3-on-2s in this third period where they've reacted more quickly than the Steelers to those loose pucks and gone racing the other way. And now they're in the situation where you've got a 2-goal lead, 7 minutes to go. If you really want to win the game, if it matters to you, you can shut this down and see it through.
Here's Mismash. Vainio. Guimont. We want 10 is the chant. Well, we'll see.
was the
There is time.
That was the chance after 26 seconds.
Yeah, it was such a fast start by the Giants.
The quickest goal the Steelers have ever conceded in the Elite League, followed by the 13th quickest goal they'd ever conceded.
How do you memorise this without having it written down?
Well, I do have it written down. It's all on Google Sheets. It's accessible by mobile phone, not just my commentary laptop.
Chance of the Steelers to break away. It's Kevin Tanzi. Tanzi finds the net. They've reduced it to 1. And Tanzi does get his goal at 54 minutes exactly.
He's been waiting for it. He's been lurking at the blue line for that pass. He's had it a couple of times. Third time lucky. Third different move, backhand finish. He's done a really important job for the Steelers stepping in as a forward. He's obviously a much better defenseman than he is a forward. But in the Steelers' injury crisis earlier in the season, he stepped in and filled in really ably. But I think at times they've also missed his solidity on that blue line. There's no doubt that he is one of the most popular Steelers players in a long time.
Really good finish. Tanzi gets his goal. It's the Steelers looking to equalise. Sam Tremblay getting in there. Tremblay, he's done so well since he came into the Steelers from the Steel Dogs.
He plays a very different game for the Steelers than he does for the Steel Dogs, because there's different expectations on the non-homegrown players in the NIH level, when really they're using his skating speed on the left wing to get into the zone and generate scoring opportunities, and then just to be a reliable finisher when the chances come. Here, he's the most relentlessly forechecking player the Steelers have, and his ability to put pressure on, to lift sticks, to turn pucks over. So many goals the Steelers have created off turnovers have come from the work of Tremblay. Here again.
And now he's driving towards the net. Ciampini, the trailing man, and just took a deflection which took it wide. There's Kieran Long. Giants coming through neutral ice. Played to Goodwin. Goodwin playing it across the Cameron Pound. Pound has Cooper behind the net. Uses him now. Comes back out, Mike Lee. Oh, that was well played, but the deflection takes it wide. David Goodwin looks to the heavens. Here's Pound again. Oh, great pass to Conway, and Conway still can't find the net. Tremblay gets the other way, and now Ciampini. And Ciampini gains the zone. Still has it. Takes the shot. It was against Lee. Plays it back, but into neutral ice. So with Cormier.
Still don't think we fully accept how incredible it was that the Giants won the league with 2 overtime goals from the same player on that final weekend.
Both absolute hurlers as well.
Fantastic, yeah. I know it was already decided by the time of the second one, but as it comes down to it, it's quite a story, really.
I think we was talking about this with both Joe Cassetti and Marco Valorand, that it says a lot for the league that the fact it went into its final weekend with 3 teams who could still win it.
Yeah, and I think because there were a lot of teams in contention, and given the result yesterday in the first semi-final, there's a bit of talk from rival supporters that the Giants one of the poorer league champions, and I think that's really unfair, because go back to the Challenge Cup final and see how good this Giants team is when there's silverware on the line. They were fantastic in that Challenge Cup final, and they were the rightful champions. They had the consistency which the Steelers didn't have in the middle to the second half of the season, and the Panthers maybe didn't have at the start of the season. And I think it's perhaps only when all the dust has settled we'll realise, 3 trophies 2 years ago and 2 more this year.
Shudra hits the side of the net. Steelers fans were up and they're just at the wrong angle. So many times I've seen that happen here.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, going back to that, a really close race. And it was something that Adam Keefe made reference to in his post-game press conference yesterday, where he says the thing about this league is you've got teams, and it's so close, like 9 teams where you play them, and he says it's a grind, a 54-game grind, because it's so difficult to win the league with so many good teams in it.
Yeah, I mean, the Giants have done it, and the Steelers have done it. You know, winning the league with 90-plus points and only 6 or 7 defeats. You know, it'll happen every now and again, but losing a quarter of your games it's going to happen more often than not.
When you looked at the league, it was probably the lowest points total that the league's been won by for quite a while. I mean, when you consider that it was a Steelers Grand Slam last season, a Giants Grand Slam the season before. Here's Watling. 2 minutes left to play. Just one goal in it as the Steelers will look to get back on level terms. But it's the Giants who may look to see as Morin comes into the zone. Gives it Boudre. Boudre on a hat-trick, of course.
This is where you just go into possession hockey like we've seen the Steelers try a few times today in the offensive zone. Just pass it around.
Pound takes the shot. Warburton makes a save. Gets it away. Still there for the Giants, though. Here's Boudre. Barriga. Oh, played in front. Barriga just can't quite get onto it. And now it's with Brandon Whistle. And Curtis Warburton heads to the Steelers bench for the extra skater, but the Giants have possession. Well covered by Kevin Tanzi.
He was the extra skater off the bench.
Tanzi takes the shot. Pad save. Oh, great bit of skill by Guimond to keep it in the zone. Saucerman played in, tipped just over. Bo Hansen with a chance to clear. It does come out of the zone. Saucerman goes back to pick it up. 35 seconds. An exciting end to this third, fourth playoff. We've had 15 goals. Are we going to get any more? You wouldn't bet against it. Here's Saucerman. Dixon has lost his stick. Balmas. Steelers need to take the shot. Dixon has his stick back. Guimond is over. Final 5 seconds. Giants have possession, and Giants. Oh no, it's not. The whistle's gone. 4.6 seconds remaining.
Look at deflection into the netting. I have no idea how Andrew Dixon lost his stick. I think it must have been a Giants player skating across the crease. There were no Steelers players around him.
So 4.6 seconds remaining. Giants lead by 1, but the face-off is in the Giants zone. And this is going to have to be a face-off win for Brandon Whistle, and it's not. It's Kieran Long who wins it. It's flicked up the ice. It misses the goal, but the buzzer goes. The Giants finish in 3rd place. The Steelers in 4th. But a really good show of skill by both teams.
It's exactly what we wanted. 15 goals and a game that was still up for grabs in the final moments.
It certainly was, as the teams get together. And there'll be handshakes in the centre. Now let's play your theory here. Scott Conway coming down. Bobo Carpenter there with 2 goals. Kevin Tanzi, great breakaway. I think anyone in attendance this afternoon cannot say they've not been royally entertained by that.
Absolutely, and we can only hope that we get a game that's as tight, and we don't want a one-sided blowout. Oh, wow, okay. There may be a few in black and gold or red, white and green that would like it one-sided, but all the neutrals will want.
Yes, I would wholeheartedly agree with that.
They want a few goals and a back-and-forth game that's decided at the end with a bit of skill. And we saw that in the second semi-final. A final along those lines would be a fitting way to end the season.
So, Let's have a look at the final stats, and the Giants, in the end, well out-shooting the Steelers, 45-29. Ahead on face-offs, won. But the most important stat at the top, it was the Giants with 8 goals to the Steelers with 7. And that is the story of the game.
Very long embrace between Jeff Baum and Lee Young down there.
Yeah, there's a. And yeah, these are. I wonder if Lee Young's retiring again.
Not again.
Must be number 4 or 5 now. See the Steelers and Giants fans rise. We're going to have the Man of the Match awards.
You suspect there's likely to be more turnover in the off-season for the Steelers than there was last season. We saw the Giants previously do the same sort of thing, try and keep it together, and it didn't quite work, so they brought back the Grand Slammers. The Steelers tried to bring back most of the Grand Slammers. It didn't quite work. There are changes and improvements that this squad needs to make, so it will be, I suspect, the last time that some of these players will suit up in white and orange.
And you can see they're all there, they're acknowledging their fans. Sam Tremblay going around and hugging his teammates. He's back at the Steel Dogs next season.
Yes, with 3 other imports this season, they've announced there'll be 4 non-homegrown players allowed in the NIHL. Not just the silver helmets, but there's some silverware on the ice for the Giants as well.
So the Giants bring out their Challenge Cup and League Trophy.
If you've got it, you flaunt it.
Absolutely do, and they will have the photo taken in front of their fans. But of course they still want more trophy to play for. The playoff final, that will be between the Cardiff Devils and the Nottingham Panthers, who will take the final piece of silver for the season and also earn qualification for the Continental Cup.
Flashbacks to 2011, Jono. It's the same 4 teams, the same 2 semi-finals, exactly the same Steelers-Panthers result, 4-3 in overtime, swap hair for Lakovic.
No Bradboff though, it's this time.
I think you'd settle for a Panthers winning 5-4 with a late goal.
I certainly would. Certainly would. No David Alexander Beauregard. what a clutch player he was.
Absolutely.
Anyway, enough reminiscing. Let's look forward to the final this afternoon. Jonathan, pleasure to have your company
Not
for this
problem.
third
Great to be
period.
here.
Yeah, thanks for joining me, and thanks to you for joining us. I hope you've enjoyed the coverage of the 3rd, 4th match as the Giants go on a lap of honour with their trophies. We've got the final coming up at 5 p.m. Nottingham Panthers against the Cardiff Devils. Be sure to tune in for that one. But for now, from the Motorpoint Arena, it's a very good afternoon. Goodbye.